Hi everyone, welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I am Stephen and this is your extra time match review for Everton's 0-0 draw at Craven Cottage. So before we get underway, a little bit of a word on the result. I think a lot of Evertonians are a little bit let down that we didn't go on and get all 3 points, but personally, going into the game, I think you'd be lying if you say that you wouldn't have taken a point going in. Fulham are a very good side. We've struggled against them twice already this season, and then obviously going to Craven Cottage was never going to be easy. So I think it's a little bit misleading to say that we should have won. I think obviously towards the end we had a few chances, a few really good chances. And for that reason alone, it's left a little bit of a sour taste in the mouth. But not for me. I think if you're going into a glass half full, 0-0 is a good result. And I think Fulham were probably happy to get a 0-0 there as well. But of course, the thing that's left that sour taste in the mouth is, of course, Beto's miss towards the end. It's a really tough one to talk about. It comes at him quite quick. I think he sort of tries a little bit too hard to get his head on the ball, and he ends up spinning that one over the top. But to be honest, I thought when he came on, he did well. He put himself about a bit more than Calvert-Lewin did, and he started to, create a little bit more. And in that last 5 minutes, it really gave me a bit of hope that we could have gone on and got the winner, but it obviously just wasn't too meant to be. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Beto in the comment section down below. I know he sort of split a little bit of opinion on social media today. Of course, after not just one but 2 misses at Craven Cottage. Of course, another one of the big talking points was the first half handball from Anthony Robinson. And look, to be honest, I trying to remain impartial here, but how has that not been given as a penalty? He controls the ball on the line. I think if we get given a penalty there, we go 1-0 up with something to hang on to, something to defend. And it was a really tough one to take, to be honest. And I think most Fulham fans will agree as well that it was a penalty. It denies a clear goal, so there's no arguing against it really. And yeah, look, if you're trying to remain positive, but obviously that is one of the biggest talking points, is that that wasn't given as a penalty, and Everton's still the only team in the Premier League this season to not have been awarded a penalty in an open play. So yeah, very disappointing. I think that probably could have been a catalyst for us to go on and win the match if we were awarded the penalty there. Unfortunately we weren't, and we're just going to have to grin and bear it now and take the 0-0 draw. The next thing I want to talk about is, of course, Ben Godfrey. I was really impressed with Godfrey last night. Come in and did the shift at right back. Obviously, Coleman isn't going to be fit enough to play every single game. Patterson hasn't been in too much of a good moment lately. And I was really impressed with Ben Godfrey, the way he came into the team, kept it solid, made a couple of good tackles, a couple of really good moments from him. I remember the one pretty early on in the second half. Ball got spun across, pretty similar to his one against Burnley, to be fair. And yeah, I think any sort of speculation linking him away from the club, I really hope that we manage to keep hold of him, because I think he's a far better option than someone like Keane or Holgate. So for me, I think, a special word for Ben Godfrey in this video, because he, of course, put a good shift in last night. I'm guessing without too much notice, and of course he hasn't been playing too much this season. So to come in the 2 games that he has come in this season, really impressed with him there. Jordan Pickford, of course, we're going to talk about that brilliant save from Jordan, kept us in the game. And of course, if we're talking about moments where the game could have changed, that was definitely one of them. Of course, the penalty Beto's missed towards the end, but that one there is special. I'm not sure who makes the header. I think it's Diop who makes the header. But obviously correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Spinning away into the top corner, and Pickford ends up getting to it so quickly that it denies Fulham from getting a goal to take them ahead. And to be honest, from that moment on, it just seemed like Fulham were not going to get a goal. Obviously, very pleased that he didn't, but of course, I think if we're going to attribute the point to any players in the team who really had a great game, I think Jordan Pickford can take a lot of credit for that point at Craven Cottage yesterday. And I think he's now starting to really, he pulls a magic performance out of the hat when we need him. That's all I'll say. But where does this leave us now? Of course, 18th, Luton getting that unbelievable 4-0 win over Brighton last night. None of us expected that one. They do have a game in hand on us, 1 point ahead. Of course, we're waiting to hear from the hearing, the appeal on the 10-point deduction. I'm not too nervous just yet. Of course, in the relegation zone, a point behind Luton in 17th, but we are 6 points ahead of Burnley in 19th. So, look, the games aren't the easiest coming up. Obviously Tottenham, Manchester City, Palace, Brighton, West Ham. But look, there's times when Sean Dyche's Everton have surprised me before, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if they do surprise me again. Let's just try and claw those points back. There's obviously games coming up, the games that we still have to play. Forest, we still have to go to Luton, we still have to play Burnley. So, on the whole, I'm pretty optimistic about that point last night. As I said at the beginning of the video, I would have bit your hand off for a point there. And I think any Evertonian who's saying they wouldn't is lying to you. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the point at Craven Cottage in the comment section down below. Words on Beto, Pickford, Godfrey, all the likes of those. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.